As much as strategy defines our position in the market, it also defines our boundaries, the regions that are forbidden to us. Any small business owner who creates a product for everyone may be attempting to hit a very wide bullseye. You can't quite tell whether you have hit the mark or what exactly you need to do to hit it. Knowing your boundaries helps you construct achievable goals and refine your execution plan. Limited by expertise. The limits of our expertise, the constraints of our capital, the strength of our workforce, and even external factors such as competition and regulation all tell us that we are limited in where we can operate. We simply cannot be everything to everyone. In formulating strategy, we examine our constraints as much as we examine our advantages. There are certain things we simply cannot do much about. We must circumvent them. In the previous article, we talked about catching the wind in our sails. We assume we have a sail. If we do not have a sail, we might be forced to remain within shallow waters where we can control the canoe better by using a paddle. If we do not have a canoe, we might have to simply swim. It is interesting that this illustration also shows us that the wider the opportunity before us, the more we need strategy, because we have to deal with stronger and more numerous forces outside our control. Constrained by competition. The question of where not to play also takes into account competition. When the sharks are many, we are better off sticking to shallow waters if we want to survive long enough to grow big enough to play in deeper waters. There is a saying that monkeys play by sizes. Strategy, where not to play, implies facing our reality and knowing who not to compete with. Challenged by customers. We accept out limitations and focus on the customers we can serve well without soiling our reputation. As much as we want to avoid huge competition, we also want to avoid customers that will overwhelm us. I can do all things does not quite work in the way we might want it to. We can do all things, over time. We don't have to try to do all things now. Taking on oversized customers can drown us and rob us of the opportunity to do anything meaningful at all. Focused energy and depth. There is that risk of stretching ourselves too thin. Deciding where not to play helps us become more specific about honing our skills. We focus energy on a particular area of expertise and become the go-to business in that area. We deepen our impact on each customer rather than amassing a large number of customers we either fail to satisfy or only touch at a mediocre level. Our objective should be to make such an impression that the customer becomes obsessed with us. That level of influence in the market also comes with knowing where not to play. Position to stand out. Strategy is positioning. Strategy is avoiding some positions in order to make the best of where our strengths truly lie and where we have the greatest advantage. Strategy means deciding where not to play.